In this video, I'm going to help you master your presentation skills with 3 hacks. And on this channel, I talk a lot about branding, marketing, and always practical advice to build your brand. Be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one, publishing 2 new videos every week. Presenting can be scary, and there's always room for improvement. I think that these 3 hacks are seriously going to help you. Let's do it. Today I'm in Mexico, and the idea for this video came from a recent Instagram live I did with my friend and news anchor Ashley Rowe. The next video that I'm posting will show you highlights of that live, so when it's ready, I'll be sure to link to that over here. Ashley was kind enough to share her insight with my followers and subscribers on presenting with confidence and looking great on camera. Now, let me start this video with a little story. Once upon a time, I was in elementary school and it came time for everyone in the class to present their speech. And I remember how terrifying this was. My speech was on whales, and I had carefully prepared my presentation. And on the big day, I took my cue cards and I dropped them in front of all of my classmates. And I totally forgot what I was going to say. Picked up my cards out of order, had to start the speech again, and it was a disaster. And in that moment, I decided that I hated public speaking. Now, since then, I've confronted my fear, and now public speaking is a huge part of my business, getting paid speaking engagements and trainings all over the world, finding new personal branding clients along the way. But it's been a journey, and so today I'm reflecting on that. Take it from me, with a few quick adjustments, you can dramatically and drastically improve your presentation skills. Earn the respect of your peers and utilize speaking as a way to get what you want out of life. I know it's a bold statement, but it's true. So let's start with the first hack for improving your presentation skills. Hack number 1, frame your presentation in a way that serves you. You have the mic. You get to decide what you want to talk about, within reason, of course. And my favorite way to take charge of a talk or a presentation is by first framing my presentation to the audience right away. By doing this, they'll know what we're covering, and there's no room for being caught off guard. My recommendation, at the beginning of your presentation, say what you're going to talk about, and at the end of the presentation, remind the audience what you covered. It eliminates off-topic questions while also reiterating the value of your presentation. Let's keep going with some more hacks. Hack number 2, communicate 1 thought per sentence. As a former hater of all things presenting, I know how easy it can be to get in your head when you have the floor. Further, I also know how tempting it can be to ramble in an effort to communicate value, even when the end result is an indiscernible hodgepodge of information. So here's my advice. If you find yourself tripping over your words, remember to communicate 1 idea per sentence. 1 idea per sentence. Here's an example. If I try to communicate 2 ideas or more per sentence, you'll see the difference. When speaking to the camera or on stage, if you don't communicate 1 idea per sentence, your message can be lost on your audience, and they'll have trouble focusing on all the great things that you're saying or that you're going to say because you're giving them too much information. So if I rewrite that for presentation, I'd say, when speaking on camera or on stage, communicate 1 idea per sentence. If you don't, you might lose them. If you communicate too much information too quickly, they won't follow you. You don't want them to miss the great information that you're sharing by giving them too much. So by doing this, you're forced to slow down, which is always a good thing, and you're forced to be concise. You'll ultimately deliver a more digestible message with every sentence. Next hack. Hack number 3. Remember that your performative self is different from your actual self. When I first started getting into public speaking, I decided to embrace a charming persona of confidence. And even in moments that I wasn't confident, I would tell jokes, for example, especially at the beginning, so that I felt like it was more of a conversation and less of a one-way message. And it helps to identify, at least for me, it's always helped to identify a persona. So start listening to TED Talks and pick up on things that certain speakers do in terms of developing a persona. You'll notice it right away if you actually look for it. Then when it comes time to delivering your own speech, you can embody that speaker that you find in your own way. And by wearing the hat of someone else, right, thinking of yourself or your performative self as someone different, your talk will feel less personal, which helps take off the pressure. I promised 3 hacks, okay, so I'm gonna leave it there for this video. Those 3 hacks are immediate wins that you can implement today. However, disclaimer, I'm reminding you that skills can't be mastered overnight. Just like running a marathon, you've got to train to become a better speaker, practice by recording yourself, and pick up on what you like. Listen to your presentation afterwards. I know it can be excruciating, but make note of what worked and what needs improvement. Really important. The more you master your presentation skills, the better it's going to work for you. Your confidence will earn the trust of your peers. You'll get referrals to give more talks and ultimately expand your network. You'll be able to sell more by ending your presentations with a strong call to action, and take my word for it. Speaking has the potential to change your life positively, and it can do amazing things for your brand. Now I want to hear from you. Are you nervous when giving presentations? Any of these tips that I've shared, are you going to try them out? Any tips that I haven't mentioned that work for you that you want to share with others? Put them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going on down there. I keep an eye on those comments and I respond personally. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you found it helpful, I would super appreciate a like, and consider subscribing for more of my videos here on YouTube, where I talk about personal branding, always practical advice to build your brand. Next, I'm linking you through to some videos that I think you're gonna find useful. I'm Phil, thanks for watching, and those videos are coming up next.